Well, our research really focuses on an area that is often neglected in anti-corruption, which is law enforcement. Law enforcement would kind of be an obvious element in anti-corruption strategies, but recently it has gotten a very bad press. It's seen as mainly ineffective, not yielding sufficient results, and compromised by political influence. Now, our argument with regard to tackling high-level corruption is that law enforcement has a role to play, but of course it would have to play one role in a more comprehensive strategy that would also focus on prevention. Our focus, however, is on repressive measures, and the basic idea is that there's a lot that can be learned from law enforcement in African countries at the moment. And that would seem counterintuitive, as I just said, because often it is seen as not being very effective. However, we do see that some efforts do result in convictions, in prison sentences, even in the recovery of assets. And the purpose of our project is to provide the evidence to beneficiaries that allows them to be more effective. Main focus of our research is really to learn from the experiences of investigators and prosecutors who are trying to hold to account the perpetrators of high-level corruption. And our function is really to kind of amplify and tell back to them what has been working, how they can maybe make efficient use of it or more effective use of it. I think it is important to know that the knowledge is already there. The practitioners themselves, the law enforcement officials themselves, the investigators and prosecutors already know what works. They already have a sense of things that they can do. And our task is to systematize it, to analyze it, to show where there would be promising avenues in terms of the law enforcement efforts that could be pursued further, that could be expanded upon, or could be developed. So in some ways we are not claiming that we have some sort of superior knowledge that we just have to impart, but we think the knowledge is already there on the ground, but we have to make people aware of it and find a way to package it in such a way that it is kind of that it is possible for them to act upon. So we need a good dose of realism as well of what we can achieve, but we are very optimistic in light of the research findings that we have so far.